Good morning and welcome to the Onsen Budgie Smugglers with Yoshi and Crash, coming to you simultaneously from Kyoto in Japan and St Kilda in Victoria, Australia. How are you, Yoshi?
Well, thanks you.
Very good to see you, mate.
Good to see you again.
What's the weather report there in Kyoto?
Um, it's cloudy at the moment, and it will be raining. It will start raining around 11 o'clock. Unfortunately, the temperature will be 33 in the afternoon. How about you in St. Kilda?
Yeah, very much the opposite of that. So we've had a very cold week here in Melbourne. Last weekend was rainy and cold. This week it's just cold. Been sort of down to sort of 1 or 2 degrees every morning. And I think we're
Oh,
heading for just a high of 11 here today.
only 11 degrees and 1 o'clock, actually 1 degree in the morning. Wow, it's so freezing.
Very chilly. But we only get this really cold weather for a few weeks, so it's okay. We'll come out the other end into spring soon, I'm sure.
That's good.
Now, we've had a bit of a break since last time we spoke.
Yeah.
Um, Quite a bit going on in both our worlds. Maybe we'll just get you to give a bit of recap of what's been happening with your work situation, Yoshi.
Um, I got a new job, started a new job in the middle of May, and I get used to, everything, and I'm doing like, administration and like office work more as well, so I get busy, which is good.
What's your commute time like to your new job?
Um, takes about more than 1.5 hours, quite a lot, but I only sometimes work at the office, and the other time I work at home.
Okay, well, that makes it a bit easier then.
Yeah,
And we might move straight into the highs and lows. Yoshi, you want to give us your highs and lows?
yeah. My high is absolutely positive news from last week. We played footy, and I was awarded a baseball grant.
Congratulations, mate. That's a huge effort and just glad to hear you back playing footy, but also playing some good footy.
Just I just showed the effort in the last quarter, like I tackled the opponent, then I got the free kick, but unfortunately I couldn't, score the goal, which is a shame. But I showed the good effort on the field.
And tell us about where you played footy last week.
We played in near Yokohama against R246 Lions. Then now, we only had 7 players to attend the game, so we had filling in players from Tokyo Guanas, Senshi Powers, and Komazawa Magpies. You
And
know,
how long's the trip to Yokohama?
from Kyoto to Yokohama, it takes about less than 2 hours on the Shinkansen. Then from Yokohama to the ground, it takes about 30 minutes on the train. Then I walked for 10 minutes from the train station.
And did you like stay in Yokohama overnight?
I did, indeed. Because we played, from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Then, there's no Shinkansen at all, after the game. So, and we had a drink, after the game.
Nice one. And what position were you playing?
Small forward, as always.
Very good. Do you have any more games this year?
We haven't planned anything yet, unfortunately. So we have to discuss with other clubs, you know, that's a, what present would do.
And it's, I imagine, a bit warm generally with this sort of hot weather you're having for footy.
Yeah, it's very hot, like a humid. So probably the next one would be in the autumn, I reckon, if we play. Maybe September, October, something like that.
Fair enough. And let's move on to your low.
Just I lost much motivation to watch fully these weeks, unfortunately.
And that's based on the performance of the Saints.
That's right. Fortunately, that's the reason. And
Yes,
probably
so I think sitting on 4 wins for the season, something like that.
something like that, yeah.
And I was watching last week, they had the game against Port Adelaide, who always seem to beat St Kilda in
Yeah.
Melbourne. And it looked like I thought St Kilda were going to win that game, but Port Adelaide somehow managed to hold on by a point.
Yeah. Did you go to the stadium?
No, I was just watching on the streaming.
Okay. I watched it in a cafe in Yokohama, also on the train. Then it was a tight game, and you know, just we couldn't manage to win in a close game.
Yeah, it's been a lot of close games this season, but it's frustrating when your team falls on the wrong side of the margin at the end.
Yeah, of course. Like we missed so many, close game.
Yeah,
So frustrating. Then defensive game is not so attractive or interesting, you know.
absolutely. Yeah.
Then what about yours?
So start off with my low. I guess a few people that I know sort of from my childhood that were around my father's age have been passing away lately, and that's I guess a bit of a reality check that my own father is getting on, and you got to make the most of the time people have left, even though he's not really that old. But other people around his age have been passing away recently, and that's put a focus on that for me.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
On the good side of things, I've just booked a trip where I'll be going to the US to catch up with some friends there, to Canada to cover footy tournament in Toronto. And then on my way home, I'm going to come back via Osaka and catch up with you, Yoshi, hopefully Kyoto
Yeah.
and Osaka.
Oh, that's good. So, you said you are covering up the fully in Canada, like Toronto.
Yep.
Then, are you writing about the story or are you playing the fully?
No, I'll be doing some writing and some podcasting and hopefully maybe some special comments on commentary as well.
That's good. Then, do you have any friend playing fully in Toronto?
I will know a few of the players in the US and Canadian teams.
Hmm?
Yeah, so that'll be good.
Good to catch up with them anyway.
Yeah, very much. And, see how footy's continuing to develop in the countries. So I think be the USA, Canada, Great Britain, France,
Hmm?
uh, Ireland, and Colombia. So be great to see how its footy's going in those countries.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's good to see, fully playing all over the world and, how people develop the game.
And yes, and no doubt catch up with other old friends who'll be there watching as well, not necessarily playing. So that'll be good.
Nice. Have you been to Europe to watch any fully?
No, I haven't done that. So that's one for the future.
Okay, nice.
But yeah, looking forward to Japan as well. Haven't been to Japan before, so
Yeah,
yeah, very much looking forward to I think 4 or 5 days that I'll be there.
that's good. Then let's have a nice food in Osaka.
Have a beer with you, Yosh. It'd be great.
Yeah, we will.
All right. Moving on from that, it's got
Hmm?
some topics of discussion today, Yosh. You want to
Yeah,
kick off today?
kick off. Um, so Japan deploys humanoid robot for railway maintenance.
It's an interesting move, particularly around railways, which are very um, strictly policed from a security point of view and safety.
Mm.
Having humanoid robots working around railways and railway stations, I imagine they have to be very reliable.
Hmm?
And Japan railways, I believe, are very busy and highly used. So it'd be definitely a large amount of sort of programming and intelligence required to have robots doing that work.
Mm-hmm. Good guess. But unfortunately, this robot is for maintenance rather than security. So what they do is like, cut the grass, like cut the trees with using a chainsaw. Then they climb up to the higher place to paint, metals, overhead. So
Yep.
like the arm can be reached high up to 12 meters. So, and normally people climb up to the higher place to do some sort of a work to avoid like, falling down from the top.
Yep.
That's why, JRWS, developed a robot, humanoid robot to, cover up, such kind of, like a human feeling, to avoid like accidents. Then also like they developed a robot to cover up, staff shortage, labor shortage.
So it's not going to be putting people out of work.
Um, I'm not sure, like, but, for a line is like, people are still, operating a robot. Like, people are like controlling a robot.
Yep.
The main focus is about to avoid, accident, like, to provide, safer environment.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds good then.
Yeah,
I think the only issue will be if something goes wrong with the robot and it interferes with the trains. That's all we'll be worried about.
yeah, but probably, they are, you know, maintained at nighttime rather than daytime.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope
Otherwise,
so.
we can't run the train
Yeah.
smoothly.
All right. My story from Australia is a vape crackdown in chaos with regulators unprepared, fearing organised crime.
So, regulation, are not updated to recent, trends. Then, you know, then people heard about, organized crime like, tobacco shops in fire in recent months, something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, vaping came into Australia as a way to sort of replace smoking and be less harmful to people, but it's not necessarily been the case, and it's been quite an unregulated sort of market. Organized crime have set up a lot of shops selling vapes and
Mm-hmm.
as ways to launder money, but also sell illegal vapes with drugs in them.
Mm,
Um, and yeah, it's turned into a bit of a crime war as well in Melbourne. Lots of the shops are being burnt down or blown up. And then at the same time, the government has brought in new laws to stop the selling of vapes,
mm,
except out of like chemists and that sort of thing. So it's a pretty bad situation with them trying to crack down and shut down these operators and the things that they're doing illegally, because they're fairly well equipped now, criminal gangs that
mm.
will fight back against them. It's a
That's no
bad
good.
situation.
Bad situation like vape, like, illegal, drugs are used under the table or like, in a shop. That's no
Yep.
good.
And
Even,
they sell to kids who are they're not supposed to be buying vapes and things like that. So
yeah, that's a problem. Like, many, underage kids, buys illegal drugs in a shop. That's no good.
no, not good at all.
Mm. Intolerable.
Yeah. Um, so I guess we've done a little bit of footy talk, but maybe we'll look at the footy tips for this round.
Yeah,
Last night we had the first game of the round, Collingwood versus Essendon.
yeah.
Who did you tip in that game, Yosh?
Essendon, you?
I tipped Collingwood. I thought Essendon hadn't really beaten anyone at the top of the ladder, and they might not have been as good as sort of they looked. And I saw them play Geelong
Mm,
last week, and they looked terrible, to be honest. So I did tip Collingwood, but
mm.
after being a bit slow out of the blocks last night, Essendon really came home and played well. So
Nice.
credit where credit's due there. I don't know if you watched the game last night.
I didn't watch, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. So
Mm.
the Bombers, yeah, I think pretty high up in the ladder at the moment.
Yeah,
After last night's win, sitting in third place, so they're doing well.
nice.
So the rest of the games this weekend.
Mm.
Today we've got North Melbourne versus the Suns at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah. I tipped North. Sorry, Suns.
Yeah, I tipped the Suns as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if North actually get another win here at home. The Suns very hit and miss. I mean, they seem to have a good list, and when they play well at home, they play well, but when they travel, they're a little bit suspect.
Yeah, understand.
Your nemesis Yoshi, Port Adelaide versus Western Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Port Adelaide just so hot and cold. You just never know what they're doing. But this being played at Adelaide Oval, I'm going to go with Port Adelaide.
Okay.
Down at Cardinia Park, I'll be heading down there this afternoon to watch this game.
Good
Geelong
luck.
versus Hawthorn.
I tipped Geelong, but good luck with Hosen.
Yeah, no, I've tipped Geelong as well. I expect them to win down there. But it'll be good to go down there. I've never actually watched a men's AFL match in at Cardinia Park, so that'll be good.
Nice.
And GWS Giants versus Carlton.
Carlton?
Um, I'm going to pick the Giants at home, but really Carlton should win this, but they're still suspect at times, and GWS at home
Mm.
uh, definitely a better prospect than away. Fremantle versus Richmond over in
Perth?
Perth.
Free. Oh,
Yeah, Freo, they're going well at the moment, and Richmond not so much. So Freo for me too.
yeah.
Demons and Eagles.
These?
Uh, yeah, D's for me. St Kilda versus Sydney.
I'm chipping against St. Kitts, unfortunately.
Yeah, have to go with the Swans. They're in such good form.
Yeah, it's a good form.
Lions versus the Crows.
Brisbane?
Yeah, Brisbane in Brisbane for me too.
Yeah,
Very good.
good.
What's on for the rest of your weekend, Yoshi?
Um, I'm having a relaxing day today, hopefully.
Yeah.
Then I'm going on a free training tomorrow rather than today.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
about
hopefully
you?
it's not too humid for you tomorrow, but I'm sure it will be much the same.
Yeah, like it's humid.
Yeah.
Definitely it's sunny but humid, I'm sure.
Very good. And I think we're going to try and return to our regularly sort of scheduling podcast every couple of weeks.
Yeah,
And then yeah, hopefully I will see you in Kyoto mid-August. That'll be exciting.
you meet August in Osaka, maybe,
In Osaka, yeah.
or Kyoto forever, maybe both.
Maybe both.
Mm.
All right, mate. Well, you have a great weekend.
You too, Mike.
Good to
And
see you.
go to Hawks. Enjoy the game today.
Yeah, keep up the good work, mate. And yeah, I hope the Saints can scrape one out too. I'd like to see Sydney get done.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers, Josh. See ya.
Cheers, Crash. Catch up.